first set of poses. We have the contact, the passing position, and the contact in the middle with the reversed feet, and passing position with the reversed feet, and the contact at the end, which is the same as the initial one. You may be wondering, but we did not do the down and up position. That is something that you can add next using this exact same technique that I mentioned. Initially when we look at it, it looks okay, because it's kind of fast movement, but you can refine it a little bit more by adding a little bit more of that up and down bounce, and making it a little bit more different on the different frames that the up and down position. If you notice, on the down pose on frame 4 and then on frame 16, it goes much lower. That's the lowest point where the head is. Excuse me. So it's something that you can work on and give a little bit, tweak here and there the little details of a walk. But for now, I'm gonna move on to the arms next. Okay, so now that we have the initial setting for the feet, let's make the arms swing. Okay, that will be our next task. So I'm gonna click here on the shoulder one. Okay, and it's actually titled upper arm, and that's the one that we're going to rotate. And let's see what's going to happen. Let's go back to that initial chart. We are keying the passing position and the contact positions, right? So on the contact position, the opposite leg goes in the opposite direction. What I mean is the right leg goes front, so the right arm goes back. So let's start by keying that. Let's go to frame 0. So on frame 0, let's key the position for that one. So with that shoulder selected there, oops, sorry about that. I need to get a new trackball mouse. So I'm going to move it back, okay? And then I'm going to go to the next node, and I'm going to bend it forward so that it looks, it looks a little bit more relaxed. You see this, it kind of looks kind of a little bit bent, so it looks a little bit relaxed somehow. And the arm, the hand, you can just leave it there for now. You can modify it a little bit later. So let's do that, this pose for now. Let's key it on frame 0. So let's go to sliding key and on both pieces, on the arm and the forearm. Okay. And we're going to key that same pose, guess where? On the final pose, right? So let's key that again on that last pose. So let's go sliding key and sliding key. Then on frame on our middle contact position, that was frame 13, right? So that's our middle contact position that is reversed. That same arm that we just keyed going back, it needs to go forward. So let's key it using the reference here to go forward. So I'm gonna just, this is a matter of preference. I'm gonna just key them like that. I'm not sure why that went the opposite way, but let's put it a sliding key, frame 13 and frame 13. This was not supposed to do that. Oh, okay, so let's move that. Let's set this key again. Slide key to make sure that nothing has changed. So let's test it. You know, it's on the back, goes forward. Okay, it kind of works okay, except that it looks a little bit linear, doesn't it? So I'm going to make that rotation there on that initial key, and I'm gonna go sliding key and kind of line this one up. I'm not sure why. I guess it's part of the node. There, let's see if that works. To just keep it in place, that's what we're doing. It says sliding key. And let's see now. We're gonna be fixing the curve. I just wanted to go as make a curve, you know, a line like that rather than going straight. So that's what we're gonna do with the passing position next. Okay, so it goes forward and then goes back. Okay, we can very well on frame 25th, you know, just finished giving a little bit more of a rotation. So let's see how that looks. Set this key over here again since we moved the hand. And let's play it for a moment. Let's see. Let's do it here. Okay, they go in opposite directions, so we have good initial movement. We're going to do the same with the other arm. So let's start rotating things to, and in this case I'm going to switch really quick here to the right viewport, and so that we can see the, you know, the blue hand as we animate it next. So I'm going to go back to the perspective viewport by clicking the middle mouse button and kind of, okay, so then this one needs to be, oh, I have to do it over here on frame 0, right? So this one has to be opposite to our blue, right? So our blue arm, so this one needs to be forward then. Let's put it there, sliding key, and then maybe rotate a little bit. Sliding key, adjust the hand a little bit. Just gonna adjust the hand a little bit and set that key again. Set key. So that I want that pose to be, it's actually a little bit too far out. So let's just move it a little bit back. I want it kind of relaxed, so that way on the down position, if you decide to go edit the down position, you can extend the arms a little bit more. Okay, that way the contact position arms spread is a little bit more subtle. So I'm going to do the same position on frame 25. So I'm going to press sliding key for both the arm and the forearms. Sliding key. And then now that we have set our contact, let's do the passing position, right? The passing position is kind of relaxed. If we follow the strict guideline here, the leg that is down, we're gonna make it kind of relaxed going down. So let's find our our passing position. So the leg that is down, which is in this case in frame 7. It is the this leg, right? So this arm needs to be now kind of relaxed, not so much bending, right? So let's fix it. Let's make it a little bit more relaxed. So let's go sliding key, and I'm on frame 7. That's where our passing position was, right? So then get that one here. This is a little challenging. Oh, sorry. Undo. Okay. There. No snapping, please. Let me set that key first. Set the key first. And I don't want it to be completely straight. So set sliding key. Sliding key, and now let's fix that hand that is getting out of place. So Control R, I'm just going to see if moving it down, so rotating is not There. Rotate. Rotate. I'm gonna put it here. Slide key and move it down. Let's see if that helps. Slide key. Go back and push it down so it's a little bit more relaxed. Slide key. So we finally created the pose. The hand is somehow relaxed, right? So we can always move it closer. We need to check with the geometry on to make sure that there's no pinching of the geometry. Some rigs might cause that. Okay, so then the other hand on that position, the one that is behind, is a little bit, a little bit forward, so we can just go, and this is not set in stone. You can always change that. So there is also somewhat relaxed. So I'm going to position that on still on frame 7 to be a little bit more relaxed. So I'm going to rotate, and this one seems to behave a little better. So set sliding key, and so let's see now how it looks. Oh no, we have to still set our opposite, right? Our opposite pose, opposite passing pose, will be on frame 19, the one highlighted in red, right? So that's the next pose we're gonna do. Remember, the one that is fully on the ground is the one that's gonna be the most relaxed. So let's go to frame 19. On frame 19, according to this chart we're using, and I'm missing here on 13. And did I forget to key the arms? Something. My hand. Somehow my my arms. Oh, we haven't set that one, right? Let's set it now. Oh, I apologize. On the contact position, we need to reverse the arms, the arm positions, right? So we have the green foot going forward on our contact. Then on our second contact position, where everything is reversed, we need to reverse the feet, the arms. I think they are, for the most part, they're working okay. We just did not set the keys, which is not registering on the timeline. So let's do that. Let's just move this a little bit further out. Set key. And set key. And yeah, this is starting to look kind of strange, because look at how if the blue side is forward, then the blue arm needs to be further back, right? So let's move that a little bit more. Slide key, like that, and slide key. That way it looks like it's a little bit further back. We could even bring it even further back if we wanted to. So slide key, and for some reason, let's see, just try to move it a little bit further up. Perfect. And let's set this key again to drive the movement. There you go. Perfect. And then the green one is going forward, so that one seems to be working okay. So let's set that key over there and that key over there. Okay, so then we got opposites, right? And 13 we get opposites, as the feet go back, the green go forward, and then the blue goes back. And then over here seems to be working okay. So the one that we needed to set next is the passing position on frame 19. Okay, so let's do that passing position on frame 19, which is pretty much the arms a little bit more relaxed. So So let's just turn these. Kind of returns to the neutral pose there. So set a key, set sliding key, and I'm doing it for the blue arm, and I'm gonna kind of set now the green arm, right? So that is also a little bit more relaxed. So rotate tool, move it forward, set key, and let's rotate a little bit this one, set the key, and let's move and rotate this one, the hand, and rotate a little bit the hand, set key. And did we set a key on the hand? Let's just set another. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. So let's set a key of this hand going down, since offsetting. There you go. Set sliding key, and now both hands are kind of relaxed in the center. So let's see how the walk starts looking. Let's play it. Okay, so we got movement, we got coordination of movement. Let's turn on so that we can try it with our geometry. So let's unhide all. Let's say yes. We got all these we can hide. So right click, hide selection. Okay, those are the blend shapes for this specific file, so I'm gonna hide them. Okay, and let's just test it with the skin on. So it's important so that you can see if there's anything that needs further refinement. Let's test it there. It looks okay initially, right? So it looks like the feet are synchronized. You know, the arms are doing their swing, and they look okay. From this point on, what you need to do is start adding your. Let me hide that too. Oh, we didn't hide them here, I guess. Oh, we have two. We have a few more over here. That's why. Okay, so what we can do next is maybe add a little bit of, you know, maybe rotation on the spine. So I holding the control key, I selected those, and maybe we can add a little bit of, you know, rotation on the shoulders to make him kind of like a happy kind of walk, you know, kind of like that. If you want to add something like that, so you can do maybe left, a left kind of twist. I will not make it, wouldn't make it too, you know, too noticeable. So set key on frame 25, and then on frame 13, which is the opposite, we'll go the opposite way. I will not make it, if it's too noticeable, we can go back and refine it. The idea is that he kind of has a little bit of movement on the torso. You know, that gives a little bit of personality to the walk, and the more you add, the more details you add. You can add those up and down positions that we have on the chart as well. You can add a little bit of head movement, you know, kind of like a bob, and that way you start adding more personality to the walk. Okay, from here what you can do is create a movie to test your animation real time. So I would suggest to hide everything first on your, I think this has some controls here that you can, some rigs that you can hide. This is when everything is in layers, it's a little bit easier. Like the rig is off, Oh, but the eyes would disappear if I turn the rig off because they were on the wrong layer. So you might want to deactivate all the manipulators first before you make your test. There are the controllers, and then go to tools, preview, grab viewport, and create preview animation. I think was having problems with making it an AVI, so let me see if I make it a quick time. It might show. But what I'll do is I'll walk. Let's call it walk. So let me make the preview, and then when we come back, I'll show you how it looks once I click the create button. Okay, so here it is, the animation. You can test it real time by making a preview like we just did, and then you have your your file rendered without the software, independently. I would suggest to render from when you create your preview, create it from create preview for instead of 0 to 25, make it 0 to 24. And the idea is that because this 25th and 0 are exactly the same, that way it doesn't look like it stops for a moment and goes. That way it looks like a continuous loop when you play the animation endlessly, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this introduction to character animation with a character walk.